$19 right there, Amazon.com US. $19 for the Protocols book. That is insane. Heavy metal detox cleanses, heavy metal detox smoothie, all the information in here, all the different protocols for all the different autoimmune and neurological conditions. Man, this is like jacked up times 1,000. This book is so pumped up with all kinds of different stuff in it. So I just wanted to say, what's happening out there is people are getting neurological symptoms all day long. That's what they're dealing with. Tightness of the chest, tightness of the throat, tingles and numbness, aches and pains, ringing in the ears, tinnitus, vertigo, dizziness, jaw pain, back pain, head fuzziness and tingles, all kinds of different, facial pain, trigeminal neuralgia. I'm just naming a few things. This book right here, the answer is in here. And this doesn't even include like fibromyalgia, RA, and all kinds of other different conditions, thyroid problems. The whole point, what I'm trying to say, $19 right there, Amazon.com, US, Black Friday, 58% off. You guys have to understand like how crazy that is. Ready? Brain Saver, packed with information. All of the troublemakers we deal with out there, all the information in here, all the troublemakers, supplements people do that hurt themselves with, all these different things that are out there, like talking about all the different charcoal and the bentonite clay and everything else people do, and the pearl powder, sodium bicarbonate, talking about why to stay away from all that stuff, talking about how to heal, all of it in here. Incredible. Symptoms, conditions explained, about why you have a symptom, what it is, what's causing it, breast implant illness, that's just one thing. These books are packed. I'm just telling you right here. So $24 freaking dollars at Amazon.com US, $24. I'm just telling you right now how insane that is and what that means. So check it out. Get some for Christmas presents for people. Get some for holidays. Get people the answers so they can heal, because they deserve the right to heal. It's our God-given right to heal our symptoms, to heal our bodies, to reverse our symptoms and everything, okay? This is Brain Saver right there. And that's Brain Saver Protocols, autoimmune, mental health, neurological, and the depression, the anxiety, the OCD, the bipolar, depersonalization, all the different stuff that's happening with people's brains right there. That is critical right here. Critical to help them heal. If you know medical medium books, you know they work. If you know books, you know about the street cred, you know about the record, the track record of what these books have done in the last 10 years, saving lives, people who never thought they can heal. Been everywhere to everyone, tried everything, and they healed. That's what these books do. They're Bibles out there to turn people's lives around. I'm not even talking about the 100 recipes in here. I'm not even talking about that. These books are insane for healing, incredible. They really are absolutely incredible. Profound information from above. I just want people to know it's the lowest price that's ever been for these books. That's why I'm excited. I wanted to do a live and talk about different things like supplement sensitivity. I want to go into that a little bit, if you guys don't mind, and some other things too. But you have a right to know that this is $19 and this is $24, okay? Get ready, though. When you get these books, realize there's so much information. It's going to take time to get through it all, but you become the expert once you have this kind of empowerment in your hand. And maybe you're not sick. Maybe you're not even sick. So forget it. Don't even worry for now. Get it when you get sick then. Get the books when you get sick down the road. But if you're somebody that's struggling and you have a symptom and you have a condition, and you might want to learn about it or what the cause is or what's going on, you might want to heal it, please check these out right now. Black Friday, the whole thing with the sale on these books, $19 and $24. It's unbelievable. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to the business of making sure people know what to do for healing, how to heal. I want to talk about supplement sensitivities first, and then I want to move on a little bit past that right there, okay? And if you want to know, there's protocols in here, what to do for symptoms and conditions. These books are just jamming. I'm seeing you guys come on, so I just want to give you a second at the same time. So, we get sick, and we're sensitive. We get beaten down, we get sick, and we become sensitive. And then over time, we just start feeling like we lose our soul. Because when you get sick and you can't climb out of it and you don't know how to get out of it, it does something to us. It makes us feel like, what is going on with my body? Why can't I move forward? Why can't I heal? You start doubting yourself. You start questioning yourself. You start questioning your own existence. And then you see it. You open the front door and you see people out there gallivanting around. You go on social media and you see people, best life ever. I'm having the best life ever. And you see people parading around. They're on the beaches. They're in the parks. They're doing gatherings. Everybody looks like they are fine out there. And bottled up deep inside are these wounds and PTSD because you've been so sick for so long. You guys know what I'm talking about. So many people have experienced this. And then when you start getting sick, you start getting sensitive. You don't know where to go, what to do. Can I eat this? Can I do this? Can I take this? Can I get this supplement? Where do I go? What do I do? I've been to already those 3 functional medicine doctors. I'm going to try this new one. I've been to 2 neurologists. I'll go try this GP. I've been to this GP. Let me go try this chiropractor. I've been to this chiropractor. Let me try this acupuncturist. Let me try this person, that person, nutritionist, herbalist. Back to the doctor again, back to this, back to the emergency room, back out of the emergency room, panic attack again, boom, heart is skipping a beat, back into the emergency room, back here again, back to the GP, back to the neurologist, and that's how it rolls. And if they can't really definitively define your symptom, definitively describe your condition, if they can't get down to the bones of it all, and then you're just like, what do I do? You go to this functional guy, you get loaded up with all these supplements. Take my stuff, my program, probiotics, my cleanses, gut microbiome, that's what it is. Cell detox, and you're there. And you go to another person, it's like, oh, I got liver heat, I got spleen heat, I can't do cold food, can't do hot food. Oh, then you go to this herbalist, and he's like, oh, hey, you got to do food combining. You're combining the wrong foods together, and you're not eating right. Boom, boom, you go this. Then you go to this guy, and it's endless. That's what happens, and you're just like, what the hell? And it sucks, totally sucks for so many people out there. And they struggle, They do. They don't have any foundational tools. They don't know where to start. They've lost their foundation along the way. They're in despair. They're struggling. And they're living with their symptoms and conditions. And then in the end, their family might not even understand them. Their friends might not even understand them. And they might look just fine and look just dandy. The person can look good, look okay, but they're dying inside, they feel like. They might look okay from the outside, but in the inside, they feel doom and gloom. And am I ever going to get out of this? And I've been to so many doctors, and I've seen so many opinions, and I've seen so many things in social media, and I bought in this person's program, and I tried it, and I bought in this person's program and course, and I've taken this person's class and course. And now I'm $2,000 less in my pocket. Now I'm another $1,000 less in my pocket. And then the blood work thing all on its own. You go to this specialist, they want 7 vials. And you go to this specialist and they want 12 vials. And I saw somebody leave a comment saying, I'm a blah, blah, blah nurse, or I'm a blah, blah, phlebotomist. And they were like, there's no such thing as taking more than a couple of vials. I've never heard of such a thing. And then everybody came on like, are you crazy? They took 7, 12, 14, 40 vials. Somebody said 60 vials of blood, and then we just get knocked down from there. And then you find this other doctor, and he's like, nutritional deficiencies. Look at all this stuff in the blood work, and look at this on the ALCAT. Look at all your food sensitivities. Look at your IgG. Fucking madness. Absolute madness is what it can turn into. It's worth a swear. I'll say that. You know why it's worth a swear? Because I've watched it go on for so long. And it's about the person who's suffering and struggling. It's about making sure that that person is heard, because there's never any time for the chronically ill. There's never any time for the person struggling and swept under the carpet. So yeah, it can deserve a swear. Gets me emotional. Really emotional. I've seen it every day for years. And I've seen people just get kicked down so low, down, to the point where they're rock bottom, and they're just a puddle of water, a puddle of fluid on the floor. They got the bladder infections, the kidney infections, the UTIs. They're back on antibiotics. They got the sinus infections. They got the sore throats all the time. Then they got the ear infections. And the list goes on. And then the flus come rolling into town. You see, I got immune system stuff in front of me right now because guess what? I'm so sick of it. I am so darn sick of it. The flus and the C coming into town. RSV coming into town. Rolling in. The holidays are coming. People are getting together for Thanksgiving, getting together for Christmas, and everybody's coughing and choking their brains out, and they're sick. And they're sick. And then what happens is when you get the flu, like medical meme information, you get the flu or you get the C, it knocks you down and then the bugs rise up. Knocks you down and then the bugs rise up. Exposures knock us down, then the bugs rise up. And then we have that happen too. Like right now, I'm under a lot of stress, not sleeping that much, doing a lot of different projects and things, trying to serve the chronically ill and all the other stuff, right? And I'm doing, and plus regular life stuff that comes in the way, I'm cranking up my antivirals, antibacterials, anti-whatever, because, I don't want a flu coming my way while I have 2 hours of sleep and I'm run down. I don't need the C coming my way when I have 1 hour of sleep one night because I'm working on a bunch of deadlines and I'm under a lot of stress, like everybody's under stress. And I don't need something sweeping in like a C or a flu coming in and knocking me on my ass. I don't need that right now. Because I see it out there. I got some friends and I know some other people and they're hit with it. And they're hit with it right now. And they're just, their throats swollen galore. They're choking mucus for a whole 3 weeks. And I don't want that to be me. But I know that inevitably so many people are going to be affected by it. And they're already affected by the chronic sickness and symptoms that they're dealing with every day. You guys have been through it, you know other people that have been through it, and you know. So today I'm talking about sensitivities as well. Supplement sensitivities and other sensitivities. So let's go into it a little bit right now. There are a lot of people out there that are struggling with neurological symptoms, whether they've been diagnosed with neurological symptoms or seen as if they have a neurological symptom, and they get just whacked. Some kind of exposure, a lawn treatment at a neighbor's house. Pesticide spray, drift coming from mosquito spray, wherever. They don't even know what it is. Diesel exhaust coming from a truck that was running for a half an hour near their house. Any kind of exposure. There's so many different kinds. And then all of a sudden, something flips them upside down. Maybe they got a food poisoning and they don't realize it, but they got a food poisoning. So easy. There's so many foodborne pathogens on food every day out there in restaurants and everywhere else. It's easy to get a foodborne pathogen and then it knocks you on your butt and now you're struggling and now you're in this weird hypersensitive mode. Your neurological symptoms have clicked up. You're in this hypersensitive mode. Your head feels fuzzy. You got the brain fog. Your nerves feel kind of itchy and scratchy. You don't feel like yourself. And you're sensitive to everything. And the last thing you want to do is try to take a supplement because you're scared to take anything. And you're in this place where you're just super hypersensitive. Hypersensitive. And that place right there is not a fun place to be. And then you're scared. And now you're going to this different practitioner and this different practitioner. And you should see doctors and practitioners. I always have told people that from the beginning. Everybody knows that. But you go see another person and you're just like, what do I do? And they're just like, well, you can try this or do this. And then you try something and you react. Your body reacts. You feel like something is off, something's wrong, and your body reacts. And now you're afraid of everything. And then the OCD kicks it up a notch and you're afraid of everything. The OCD kicks it up a notch, then you're afraid of everything. Then the anxiety rises and then the depression hits and then the anger goes up and then the anger comes down. Then your anxiety rises and the anger hits. The anger goes up, anger goes down. Then the sadness comes and sweeps in. Then the depression comes and takes over. Then you're depersonalized. Then you're doubting your existence and doubting your purpose. Then it's back to square one over and over and over again. But I want to tell you guys, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel. People who have committed, really committed to wanting to learn the information. I get it. There's so many things out there and so much noise and confusion. It's easy to get lost. But if someone cracks into the information and they learn it, the light is in this book. The light is in these books so they can learn how they got sick, why they got sick. And you may see tidbits and things like that and tidbits out there. You may see that. And what happens is that when you see that out there, you'll be confused. You'll be like, oh, he talks about Epstein-Barr here. Oh, this person talks about this or mentions this. But you got to learn the truth and where it comes from. Because tits and tats and tads and things and all that of information out there don't compile to what's in here. And becoming an expert's critical. Let's go into supplement sensitivities a little bit. There may come a time in your life where you're hypersensitive and you've been burned by supplements and you don't like it because you're super sensitive. You can't take anything. You can't do anything. And that happens out there. One of the reasons why there's supplements out there that have citric acid in it, they have all these different undisclosed things like citric acid, and they cause problems with so many people. Tara over there on YouTube, please talk more about sensitivities to stimulation, sound, motion, mental stimulation, reading, talking, etc. Absolutely. What happens is those are all neurological symptoms. A sensitive nervous system can make it so you're actually sensitive to noise. You're sensitive to the front door opening. If you're living with family and someone opens the front door, you're going to feel it. You're just going to feel it, and you're going to be really sensitive. You're going to be sensitive to a full moon. You're going to be sensitive to a storm, a windstorm. You're going to be sensitive to when the cold weather sweeps in. And you can be sensitive to when the hot weather comes in. You could be sensitive when the humidity rises. Sensitive when the air gets too dry. Sensitive when the heat's on in the house, when it's cold out. Sensitive to when the air conditioner's on in the house, when it's hot out. You can be fine for years, and then suddenly you're sensitive to everything and anything. Fine for years. What happens is with a lot of sensitive people, it's the sensitive nervous system syndrome is what it is. The sensitive nervous system syndrome. Basically what that means is anything and everything can just rattle your vagus nerves, rattle your trigeminal nerves, rattle your phrenic nerves, rattle all the nerves in your body, and bring you to a place where you want to jump out of your skin. And you feel like you might even seizure kind of feeling, where you almost feel like it's pushing you over the edge, where you almost can't stand it anymore, and you just feel like you're losing it. Sensitivities from sensitive nerves can make us feel inadequate, make us feel like something's wrong, make us feel like we're not doing good at all. And it's a hard place to be, a hard place to feel. I feel for anybody who's going through any of that. I really do. Truly, truly, truly. And when it comes down to sensitivities, when we get exposed to something or we're really hypersensitive, something triggers us in our life and we're sick now. Whether it's pathogens creating neurotoxins, medical meme information, gotta say it, whether it's pathogens triggering off, things with neurotoxins, whether it's strep bacteria, whether it's toxic heavy metals, whether it's pesticides, herbicide sprays somewhere, whatever it is, we get sensitive and these things trigger us. Our nervous system can get inflamed from it, and our nervous system can get allergic to it. So then now it's time to heal. So we try a supplement and we feel like we react. We try to eat something different and we feel like we can't handle it and we react. Sensitivities that occur. And now we're stuck because then it becomes this thing where we get wrapped up all in it, and rightfully so, because it's real. The feelings we're having are real. They're not fake. They're real. They're real, true symptoms we're actually experiencing, even though someone else hearing it might be like, what do you mean you can't handle some noise? What do you mean you can't handle some hot, some cold? You can't handle the heater on here. You can't handle this. You can't handle the blanket being too warm. You can't handle whatever it is. You can't handle something stimulating on television. You can't see a movie or watch an action-packed movie. You can't do things that you want to do because the nervous system got really hypersensitive, and then it becomes this vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. And then it's like, I want to heal. I want to try something. And then a lot of people end up trying something that's toxic or aggressive or not great for you. They'll try some alkaline ionizer water. They'll feel worse but don't know why. They'll try some bentonite clay. They'll try some kind of scratchy microbiome probiotic powder. They'll try some kind of greens powder that has all kinds of stuff in it nobody knew about, like scratchy stuff. And their intestinal tract gets irritated. Everything gets irritated, and the nerves get irritated. Because when we eat things that aren't easy on our system while we're hypersensitive, or we take supplements that aren't easy on our system while we're hypersensitive, we react. And then all of our nerves everywhere fire up, and they go on fire. All of our nerves. The vagus nerves light up, and then we're anxiety attacks, panic attacks, itchy, scratchy, all kinds of different involuntary functions and jerks and things like that. Weakness in the limbs, weird vibrations, itchiness you can't scratch, pinches on the body, tics and spasms, and I'm just naming a few. And we become very, very sensitive. But we have to heal. We have to move forward, and we have to heal. We need a chance to heal. What do we do? The key is finding the right supplements that don't have things in it that aggravate the whole thing, that aggravate the whole condition. So I talk about taking supplements a lot. I do. I talk about food a lot. I talk about supplementation a lot. I talk about meditations a lot. I talk about a lot of things. But when it comes down to supplementation, people who are sensitive, I tell, you start with one thing. That's it. You start with one thing. And you can do something with it. I know people out there like, I can't take one thing. I just can't take one thing. And then people need to understand that you can take one thing. You can. But it takes just a little bit of confidence, a little bit of faith, a little bit of understanding, and an acclimation process. So what happens when people are on rock bottom with their sensitivities or on rock bottom with their nervous system conditions, it takes some acclimation, teaching the body that it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Because we got receptors in the neurons that are basically saying, I've been burned before, I've tried this, tried that, I've done this, everything hurts. And so what you can do, and here's an example right here, I got some B12 right here, right? That's the Vimergy B12. So I want to show you. Okay, what you can do is you take a tiny drop right here, right? Tiny drop, and you put it on your hand. Just like this. Tiny drop right on your hand, okay? Just like that. So I'm showing you guys, okay? Tiny drop just on the hand, just like this. You could even go smaller than that, okay? And you'll let it sit there. If you're somebody with sensitivities, supplement sensitivities, someone who's been through a lot, nervous system sensitivities, that's one thing you can start with right there. You got your B12, you put a little bit right on your hand, and you can just dab it on there like this. You can do this once a day, just like this. Your body starts to acclimate. It starts to prepare and get ready for something that's going to help change your life. Change your body systems. Change the balance so it goes into a better place. And you do this once a day. If you're somebody hypersensitive, you do this once a day. You can leave it on there just for a couple of minutes once a day. When those couple of minutes are up, you do this. You can wipe it right off. That's it. What happens is your body's now recalibrating, rewiring. Your brain, your nervous system, your entire body is rewiring to that B12, to that supplement. Now, I like doing this with B12 because B12 is fundamentally how we exist. Keep that in mind. It is fundamentally how we exist on this planet. We need B12 or we die. We have to either be producing some of B12 on our own in our ileum. We have to be getting B12 from some source, something out there, or we cease to live eventually. Our whole body falls apart. Rob over there on Stitch, is that it? Twitch? I was sensitive to liquid B12 last year. I've since been able to tolerate it more. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light there, the end of the tunnel. Important to know. Michelle, you said your B12 is your favorite. Because what happens is that our bodies naturally want B12. Our bodies, no matter what our condition is, whether we got fibro, whether we got Lyme, whether we got RA, whether we got some other symptom and condition, no matter what it is, our body wants B12. It does. Tara says, I've been so sensitive to all supplements in the past, especially B12. With years of applying medical medium healing tools and lots of patience, though it's now one of my favorite supplements, Vimergy all the way. So on this test, what happens is I like doing it on the hand, okay? I'll do it again. I like doing it on the hand. So it's this once a day. What this does, it prepares your vagus nerves that are inflamed. It prepares your central nervous system, your brain, your liver, which is the converter of supplements. And what I love about B12, well, I'm not speaking for all B12 out there. I'm not. Because I don't know. The crap that's in B12 bottles all across the land, I don't care who says what, and they got the best stuff going on. They buy the lower quality. They buy the lower tier. I've seen it all out there. That's why I support Vin. That's why I work with them, because of this fact that that's what companies do out there. And I've become friends with so many different companies and company owners out there, and all through the land, all these years, in the last 20 plus, 30 plus years. And it's been the same story. We can't do that, AW. We can't make it good enough like you wanted. We can't do the quality you want. We can't make it so sensitive people can take it. Sorry, it's all about the bottom dollar, the bottom line. And Vimergy doesn't do that. They don't do that to me. That's why I actually support them like I do, because they don't do that. And I've become friends with them too over the years, and they don't do that. They said, They said, AW, we're not going to do that. We want it so good. We want to take it for ourselves. We want people to have this. And so I can't speak for all other like B12s out there. But what I'm trying to say is the methycobalamin, the adenosylcobalamin, right? These coenzymes right here in this bottle. So what I like to do is put it on a hand for people who are sensitive. And you put it on their hand, you do a little rub like that, and you'll leave it there for a good couple of minutes. You could leave it there longer, for 3 or 4 minutes. It's fine. And you leave it there, and you do that once a day, and then this acclimation process happens. Now, if you're somebody that you're not even sensitive to anything, you take all your supplements, you do all your stuff, you eat what you want, you go out, you party, whatever it is, you can still do this. Because you're sending a message to your neurons, you're sending a message to your liver. Your liver's already picking up on this. This goes through the skin, it's heading into the liver, already drawing it in from this process. But in such a minute amount, on a level that is actually awakening your natural ability to absorb, assimilate, and methylate supplementation. Because if you've been that sensitive, where you're in that place where you're super sensitive, you've been through a lot, exposures galore, this is a way to get it to really go into your system and get you rewired, reacclimated, redirected. Your body wants this stuff. It wants B12 because guess what? We need it. It's critical that people have it. So I want to show everybody that right there, that technique. Really powerful, empowering, truly. Angela over there on IG, I got all stocked up with Vimergy today and got my free B12. So you know then, you know about the sale then at Vimergy.com. So there's a sale there. If you get over $200 of an order, you get the free B12, which is insane. But it's incredible. I don't want a sale to go by and not mention it because someone's going to be like, why didn't you mention it? Because it'll help me if I know there's a sale. Anyway, so yeah, I'm glad you did that. That's incredible. So that's the B12 right there. So eventually what happens is you're going to get to a point where you're like, okay. You're going to get to a point where you're like, okay, that's another bottle. I'll use this one. And you're going to be able to do 1 drop internally. Take a look at that, right? So I want to show you a close-up on that. I'll just give you a close-up on the 1 drop. Eventually, you'll do 1 drop internally. It's like this. You guys see that? Okay, right? And you add a little bit of water, and you take 1 drop, and just like that. So I'm going to go and grab a little bit of water now. And here we go. This isn't hot, like super hot. It's a little warm. 1 drop, and you do this once a day. Not only are you doing the hand technique, you're doing the 1 drop a day. If you're somebody that's sensitive, that's how you start each day. That's how you do it. The nervous system rewires, everything rewires, your body takes it in, your liver takes it in, you're methylating, all of it. So that's important to know. That's one way to do it. Eventually you move on and you're like, whoa, you can take more. You can take a dropper full a day. And you get to this point and now things are happening in your body. You're getting stronger. You're getting past sensitivities. And you're now taking 1 dropper every day. I mean, it could be a quarter dropper, and that's where you go. And now you're taking 1 dropper every day. There it is. Courtney M.A. says, the sale helps me so much. That's incredible. And there we go. And we got 1 dropper. Now, what happens with sensitivities? This is an important understanding right here. Because you're so hot-wired, your nervous system's so hot-wired, you're so sensitive, you can react to something else, but you won't know what it is, and then you'll actually blame something else. Do you know what I'm saying? You can react to this, you eat this, you don't know if it's that, you don't know if it was the food you had an hour ago, you don't know if it was something you ate yesterday, you don't know if it's a supplement you just took, you don't know if it's a supplement you took the other day, you don't know if it's somebody who came over to visit you, you don't know if it was because you were in a store and breathed in all this fragrance, you don't know if it was because you were in the grocery store and the produce manager was spraying down some stuff and cleaning all the racks and rails. You don't know what it is. You don't know if it was the toxic conventional flowers at the supermarket that are just blasting out the pesticide as you walk by. You don't know if it's somebody's cologne you were standing in line with, but either way, you actually are having a reaction, but you don't know what it is. And the first thing you might do is just be like, oh, it was that 1 drop of B12 I had. Oh, it was that orange I had. You know? Oh, maybe it was that avocado I had, or maybe it was something else. And that's where it gets really difficult. That's why I beg of people to make sure they're actually learning and understanding what's actually in these books. How much you can learn and knowledge you can take in so you can protect yourself through all this process. You can climb out of this and heal. So it's usually a really tough ride up when you got all these sensitivities. It's a tough ride up the ladder, the healing ladder, because it's like I always said, this is never, ever gets old. This never, ever gets old. 3 steps up, 2 steps back. 3 steps up, 2 steps back. 5 steps up, couple steps back. 6 steps up, 1 step back. Back to 3 steps up, 2 steps back. Boom. 4 steps back. Boom. 7 steps up, 2 more steps back. That's how healing works. And you're going up the ladder. That's how it works. This never gets old. It's one of the most profound, powerful pieces of scripture that are in the medical medium books all these years. 3 steps up, 2 steps back. Learning this is critical to healing. You got sensitivities, you got supplement sensitivities, food sensitivities, air sensitivities, water sensitivities. You don't know if you're coming or going, and you're working on your healing process. You go 3 steps up, 2 steps back, and that's how it works as you're climbing up. Yes, and you're rising out of the ashes. This is all hogwash to someone who's not sick. Someone's not sick, they're just going to go, what is this? Unless there's some like a podcast doctor that wants to steal the information, and then there's another story. They'll just listen, they'll get it, and then they'll tell their people, and their people are like, oh my God, never heard anything like it. Never knew we have low-grade viral infections. Never heard of anything like that. Never knew the flu can knock our immune system down and something else could happen. Never knew heavy metals are behind anxiety. Wow, doctor, blah, 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 you're so smart. But the 3 steps up, 2 steps down, Mac, critical to know because it's one of the most profound aspects of the healing process. So you have a shot to heal. Learning that is critical. We take in the good stuff. Sometimes it could feel like it's knocking us back a little, but then it propels us forward. You do the right things, and healing is like starts to move. You do the best things for yourself, and you learn how to do it, and it's healing just like woo. Healing just builds up, and then you're unstoppable, and then you heal. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people have done that. They've done the books, listened to the podcasts, found the right tools, did the right stuff, and they look back, and guess what? It was a dream. Being sick was a dream. Craybuck over there on IG, can you talk about breast implants? I can. I just want to say there's a breast implant illness chapter in Brain Saver. I just want to tell you, first of all, this is critical to know. This is on sale, $24. Never seen it at that price. These things are thick Bibles of information. But there is a breast implant illness chapter in here that's really, really mind-blowing. And, I mean, it's that powerful. That much information is in here. Okay, it's incredible. And I'm just making sure if I can find it really quick. Okay, for antagonist, let's go. Faulty testing. There we go, here we are. Okay, all right. It's in here. Takes a minute. These books are so huge. Texas Lyme disease, headaches, come on, eating disorders, Cushing syndrome, depersonalization, chronic mystery, guilt. I can't believe that's in here. It's incredible. Hypoxia, bulimia, burnout, atrophy, breast implant illness. We have found it. Breast implant illness is a term for a broad spectrum of symptoms, many of them neurological. Important to know, many of them neurological. Breast implant illness, it's all about neurological. So people need to know that. You have to know it's that is the same thing in a way, such as fatigue, tingles, numbness, restless legs, heart palpitations, dizziness, eye floaters, brain fog, anxiety, weakness of the limbs. That's just some. You can have those symptoms because of breast implant illness. People suffering with breast implant illness have spent decades trying to be validated, trying to be heard. I'm just scratching the surface. It's a whole chapter on breast implant illness right here, so just know that. It's really, really a powerful chapter too. So anyway, I just want to talk about the immune system for a couple of minutes as well. So lately what I've been doing is kind of like a cocktail, just grabbing a glass right there. Okay? So I've been doing some cat's claw. So I'm just putting in a couple of dropperfuls of cat's claw right there. 2 dropperfuls of cat's claw. You don't have to do this. You can start out small, like 1 drop of something. Ask your doctor what's right for you. Ask your doctor what your doctor wants you to do. Okay? I'm just telling you what I tell my friends, my family. 2 dropperfuls there, right? Okay? B12, let's pop a little bit of that. 2 dropperfuls of the B12 in there. Okay, I'm starting to make a little bit of a mess. And then I'm going to put 4 dropperfuls of the propolis in here right now. I can't say enough about the propolis. I'm just letting you know. Cannot say enough about this propolis. I won't go into it right here. I just want to show you what I'm doing for my immune system during this time of year. So putting 4 of these in here. But I want to scream propolis. Okay? I want to scream propolis. All right. It's all over the glass. I'm putting 4 dropperfuls of golden seal in here. 2, 3, 4. I can't say enough about golden seal as well. So important. All right. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of water in here. And I'm going to put some orange in here right now. Almost lost that orange. I threw it in an entirely different wrong direction. But now we got it right. Let's get an orange cut. Yep. I got my 2 dropperfuls of cat's claw in here. 2 dropperfuls of zinc in here. I'm putting a little bit of orange. And why am I putting a little bit of orange in this one? Let's go into that a little bit. I'm increasing the chances of making sure that all the phytochemical compounds and nutrients and quercetin that's naturally like in the propolis and all the different incredible nutrients that are in these medicinals, right? What I'm doing is put a little orange in there because that orange is glucose. You know what that means? Glucose delivers the nutrient to the cell. And that's the whole thing I love about Vimergy to begin with. They got the flax glycerin. It's a whole nother game. It helps to deliver nutrients to the cell, right? And then I step it up. I crank it up. I put a little bit of orange in there. So that the constituents, so that the phytochemical compounds, so that the anthocyanins, so that the polyphenols, everything in here, and the enzymes and everything else that's in there, and the coenzymes, all get delivered easily into the cells, into the organs. They get pulled into the cells and organs because you're driving it in with the glucose. You have to have sugar in order to take a nutrient into a cell. You can take all the supplements you want out there in the world, all the different things you want in the world, and if you don't have enough glucose in your bloodstream, you won't get all of it in your cells. That's an important piece of information vital to healing all on its own. Bobby over there on Facebook, it's a whole party in that cup. It is. Mixing it up right now, just naturally by doing this. Back to this piece of information on how critical this is. It takes sugar, glucose in your bloodstream to drive a nutrient into your organ and cells. Big reason why a lot of people take all their supplements and they're doing the intermittent fasting and they got their glucose is really low and they just did a workout. They were on the treadmill, they were doing weights in the gym, they were doing their resistance training, and they're taking all these powders and supplements and they're intermittent fasting and they don't have enough glucose and the stuff isn't even going into the cells. They're becoming deficient and they don't even know it. Cynthia says, hi, what's the brand of supplements? It's Vimergy. Check out their Black Friday sale right now. If you get over $200 worth of stuff, you get a free liquid B12, almost 4 ounces. It's insane. Seriously. It's Vimergy, V as in Victor, I, M as in Mary, E-R-G-Y. Check the description. The links in the description, links in the profile. So what I do is I put a little orange in here, you guys, because I want to drive these nutrients really deep into the cells. And what happens is when you're sick and you've got neurological problems, if you don't have some glucose bringing those nutrients into your nerve cells, carrying those nutrients into your liver, carrying them into your organs, they're not going to go as deep, they're not going to go as far, and you're not going to heal as quick. Not going to move forward as quick. Anyway, I'm going to send this down. So good. So good. Potent and good. So what I do is when I work with my immune system, I think about my immune cells. That's what I think about. I sit down for a couple of minutes after I've taken a cocktail like this, an immune cocktail like this, and I just close my eyes and I see my white blood cells. I know I've told you guys this before, but it matters that you still try it. It matters that you see it. I close my eyes and I see my white blood cells floating around, and then I see something incredible happening. I see my white blood cells devouring the golden seal, devouring the propolis, devouring the cat's claw, devouring the zinc, devouring it all, and getting strong. And I see my immune cells getting strong. We talked about sensitivities a little bit, talked about the healing process, talked about the B12 in the hand. Watch this video. We're live right now, but watch this from the beginning if you missed it or you just rolled into town. It's all important information. And check out the books because the books are dirt cheap on Amazon.com US for Black Friday, I guess. Right now, I can't believe it. $24, $19. Don't miss out, whatever you do. Well, Blueberry Dreams, good to see you. Just took my Micro C. Haven't gotten sick since April. It's my longest streak, AW. Yeah, love it. Micro C. Right there. I'm going to make a really quick, as we're just doing this, a really quick vitamin C shock therapy, medical medium vitamin C shock therapy. Barry Grivy Girl says, I already bought medical medium books for my teacher. Gifts for Christmas this year. Love that. Love that. All right, I just put some Micro C in there. I'm going to drop some honey in here. This is the vitamin C shock therapy, medical medium vitamin C shock therapy right there. I'm going to put some orange in here. You guys see this? All right. Orange, honey, the Micro C powder right there. That's not ascorbic acid, you guys. See the Micro C powder right there? That's not ascorbic acid. Not that stuff that burns a hole in your gut. Nope. Not the stuff that gives you the runs or diarrhea. Not the stuff you got to worry about. And that's the thing. If you're sensitive and you take the wrong vitamin C, now you're just like, what do I do? That's the Micro C. I just put some in. I got the honey. I got the orange. Let's go. Let's put a little bit of some warm water in here. Let's mix it up. Boom. That's the medical medium vitamin C shock therapy. Am I forgetting something? And I'm going to mix that up right there. 2 kinds of buffered vitamin C. It's not ascorbic acid. Thank God. And it's the only vitamin C that ever came out with the grape seed extract and so forth. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. So that's the medical medium vitamin C shock therapy. If you look at the books, you'll find all the shock therapies. This is the protocols book that has all of them in there. Kelly Burke over there on YouTube. AW, can you please talk about taking supplements like B12, zinc, D3, and iodine on an empty stomach? This has been something recommended by some practitioners in the community. You can take them any way you like, and you can take them any way your doctor prescribes it. But if you don't have enough glucose in your system, then the supplements aren't going to actually get deep enough into your system. It's partly why you see the vitamin C shock therapy. There was orange put into the vitamin C shock therapy. It's also partly why I was talking about before I put a little orange in the little immune tonic that I made, cocktail. But the good news with the Vimergy supplements, because they're not in alcohol, they're alcohol free, they're in the flax glycerin, you do get some glucose, which is why they work so good. It's why they work so good. So if you have to empty stomach them because your doctor or your practitioner said so, then that's fine, perfectly fine. But if you add just a little bit more of glucose in there, you don't have to do it this way. Maybe you had some celery juice a half an hour ago. You got some glucose from the celery juice. Maybe you had some lemon water an hour before. You got some glucose from the lemon water. So you're still in the ballpark. You're still okay. Don't panic or anything. You'll still work. It's just there's people out there that just drink coffee with no sugar in the coffee, and then they go take their supplements, and it never gets anywhere. Unless it's the Vimergy supplements, and there's that flax glycerin, and that does help. That gets it in there too. So, Frederick Gold says, why does zinc cause nausea for so many on an empty stomach? So first of all, let's go into that. So there's zincs out there that'll just make you throw right up. They'll just make you throw right up. And that's why, like, Vimergy changed the rules with zinc. You go into the store, you go into whatever, the health food store, and you look on the rack and you see the different zincs and stuff like that. You take one, it's got all that citric acid in there and all this other stuff in there. You take it, boom, nauseous, boom, you throw up. So many people have just vomited because of that. The liquid zinc sulfate, the way it's done with the flax glycerin and everything else, the way it's done with Vimergy is a whole different ballpark. But ask your doctor what's right for you. Your doctor knows best. And if you're really, really hypersensitive, yeah, zinc, just like selenium, can make you feel a little nauseous if you're really, really hypersensitive. But the problem is a lot of other things are getting you nauseous too. Keep that in mind. If you're somebody where zinc, a really good zinc, like you're somebody where a really good zinc, like this right here, gets you slightly nauseous, then that means you're getting nauseous when you eat different things. You're getting nauseous when you take a different thing. You're getting nauseous when you do this. It means you got the vagus nerve nausea always happening. And someone who's sensitive and they get the nausea, then take it with food. Take your supplements with food is what I tell friends and family. You do what your doctor tells you, but taking it with food is what I tell friends and family. You guys, incredible. This has been really, really a fun time. I'm going to sip my medical medium vitamin C shock therapy right here. Check out Telegram. I'm leaving messages, like the Pride and Prejudice messages, right? And all the other different messages, like the Maya Kowalski messages that I put there, like all the different messages I leave and about chronic illness and what we go through. Check out my newsletter. Get on my newsletter if you can. Sign up to my newsletter so you know when the next light blast is, so you know when the next stone collecting meditation is, collecting stone meditation, so you know when these things are. Be on my newsletter for the weekly bulletin. Be on my newsletter so you know about sales that could really help you, like the over $200 in Vimergy, and you get a free B12 because that is just actually incredible and very amazing. But either way, be on there when you get a chance, and make sure you follow me on Rumble, Telegram, right? And YouTube if you can. All right, you guys. Keep a light heart. We're going into the holidays. Pressure's up. People get cranky. People have a lot of different things happen. Keep a light heart. Pat yourself on the back. Have compassion for yourself while you're going into the holidays. Arm up your immune system. Arm up your nervous system. Love you guys. And keep in mind a couple of things too. Okay, wait, what's this? Feel with Henna says only medical medium information worked. When nothing out there worked. That's incredible. These books are from heaven. They are saving hundreds of thousands of people worldwide, and they are. It's true, and they really are. And the track record's there. Lisa, today I was on a date with my boyfriend, going to the movies spontaneously, and we had such a lovely time together. All thanks to you, Anthony. 4 years ago, I was bedbound. I will be forever grateful. You're going to make me cry on that one. Definitely going to make me cry on that one. For real. Danielle, only medical medium info helped me heal severe SIBO, gut stuff, low iron, anemia, social anxiety, food anxiety. List goes on and on. Warms my heart. We know why we're doing this. We know what this stuff is. And I see somebody every now and then, they'll say, oh wait, Healing Alopecia over there on IG says your books are gold. Thanks to your information, I'm reversing alopecia. Whoa. And I'm helping other people to reverse it too. Now doctors are asking, what am I doing to heal myself? And you'll tell medical medium and it'll be like, medical medium? No way. Danielle says, it truly works. The only thing. I did 5 years of alternative meds and nothing worked. Nothing worked. It's incredible, you guys. And you guys, hey, listen. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me for when I do some of the humorous stuff, when I kid around or I joke around. I'm doing that because there's a bunch of people that are on Mattress Island that actually find it funny. I know not everybody finds it funny. I mean, but you have to. You're trying to help everybody. Melba Prince says, medical medium, only thing that has helped so many of my illnesses. I live for my newfound life because of you, and Spirit forever thankful. I'm grateful to Spirit of Compassion, although Spirit of Compassion does push my limits and occasionally gets on my nerves a little bit. Okay, Nevia Green. Anthony, my father passed away this weekend. Lord, and even though it's been extremely hard, I have been using many tools I've learned with you, and it's being super helpful. Prayers going out to you, Nevia Green. Prayers are going out. I'm so sorry you're going through that. Sorry for your loss, truly. Yeah, I truly am. Ramusa says, definitely worth the swear. Definitely worth the swear. Validates me. Thank you. I felt this so heavy lately where I can't even hardly cope at the madness of this world. I understand. I do. And Britt Eden says, thank you, Anthony, for doing this for people. You are such a blessing to us all. Thank you for being there, seriously. And Healeth Anya says, medical medium, thank you for fighting for the chronically ill. We are so lucky you are here for us. We love you and know you care. I see Santara's healing. Thank you for everything, AW, even showing up for a live while you're up so much against things. Truly, no words explain. Thank you, Santara. See, on IG, One Divided says, oh my God, you're funny. And Audrey says, zinc shock therapy saved me this month. It saves friends and family I know and so forth. Yeah. Let's get me all choked up here. Adele says, I was praying to God and then talk that I had was about how to be at service. And then the response arrived. Notification of this amazing, surprising live. Thank you for God. Anthony at SOC. I want to say, you guys, I know I joke around a lot. I know I do a lot of funny stuff. Your protocols are keeping me from getting sick this year. I work for the light. I think I saw that on IG. But please be patient with me. I know it's cheering up a few people that are just, they're bedbound. They just, the humor, they like the humor. Not everybody likes it. I see people, they're just like, he shouldn't do that. He just should just do the information and no joking around. I do the best I can, okay? The best I can. Sammy, the dietitian, right? The RD, Samantha, she will be making an appearance soon enough. She's been dying to get onto the show, and I wanted to give her an opportunity to talk about protein and so forth and other things. She says I have it all wrong, and she wants to correct my information. Loving Healing says I would always get migraines with some storms coming through. Yes, the nerve shifter shot has stopped my migraines after 33 years. By the way, the nerve shifter shot's in here. $19, $24, Amazon.com US. Tell everybody. Get them for Christmas presents. Incredible. All right, you guys. You love Alicia G says, love your Telegram messages. I will leave more Telegram messages from the heart. Tara says, love the Telegram messages. I will try my best. I know I leave them late at night, sometimes midnight, sometimes 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. But I never sleep. So it's okay. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Please take care. Have a good Thanksgiving. Or have just a good week. I love you guys.